Testing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4. This one's over this. Let's see this on that table over there. I knew that. All right. Excuse me.
What I usually do.
Oops, sorry.
I'm sorry.
It's all good.
They don't answer you.
So, folks, we're here live in Detroit. Of course, it is 3 days until Election Day, and we're here with. So go ahead. I'm gonna hand you this right here. So just step on up here. So since you're a little tall, we got to step back so we can be in frame.
Stand tall for Michigan.
Yeah. So, folks, we're here with Lieutenant Governor Garland Gilchrist of Michigan and Black Women for Harris. They are phone banking, and these sisters are doing it. And I was texting a sister, and I was talking to a couple of them. I mean, they've been doing this on a regular basis.
That's right.
Just talk about what's been happening in this state.
Look, the energy in Michigan is off the charts. You know, these women here who have been really standing tall for Kamala Harris and the whole Democratic team for a long time. And so we're proud to have them here today to represent with our special guests. But look, you know, as Lieutenant Governor, my job is to make sure we have energy all across the state of Michigan. So I've been doing 4, 5, 6 volunteer events every single day since October 1st. And I'm seeing energy like this amongst sisters, amongst black men. I did an event earlier today with black technology folks. So I think folks are really stepping up because they know the Harris Walls vision is the one that's going to help take us forward.
Right. And then, of course, I mean, what I really also love, again, is the focus and the fact that folks are saying, I don't have to wait for permission to do something. Let me just jump in this thing and go.
That's right, because we recognize that this is our victory as well. And so we're going to seize it together. And so everybody knows that they can add value. Everybody can do something, and they're playing their part. You know, I went to 3 barbershops today, and the brothers I talked to, many of them had already voted early in Michigan. Now, the first time we can do early in-person voting ever here in the general election.
But they also
said,
go ahead.
But they also said, is, you know what? Let me know how I can help in these last few days.
But so let's stay right there, because I need people. I talk about this all the time. When people don't understand when I say that voting matters. The fact that Democrats now control all 3 levels of government. That's why that's the case now.
Yes.
So explain to the folks
Yes.
that when you change who's in power, that's where it changed when it comes to early voting in Michigan.
Well, I mean, just to take it even to a higher level than that, the people.
You trying to be on TV, darling?
That's my baby girl.
How you doing? It's all good.
So when we have different people in decision-making power, we can make different choices. And so Democrats, we have a trifecta in Michigan because we won everything in 2022. Me and Governor Gretchen Whitmer won. The Democrats won control of the state legislature alongside us for the first time in 40 years. And we passed an agenda that's for everybody, restoring union rights, to free breakfast and free lunch in schools. And the voters in Michigan said that we needed to have early in-person voting as well. And so now we've implemented that. And we've seen 1 million people in Michigan have already voted early as of earlier today.
See, that's why it's difficult for folk. I'm seeing all these people trying to compare previous elections. And so the fact that what you just laid out, you didn't have it before, so it's a little hard to say, well, here's what's going on. Because I've been talking to people, they've been saying, hey, if Detroit hits 50, 55% turnout, they said absolutely Vice President wins. But again, not having early voting before, you couldn't measure that. You were waiting just for election day.
Right.
This is a game changer.
It will really change the dynamics of how, frankly, people talk to voters going forward. We'll be engaging with people earlier. These kinds of voter contact operations like you're seeing now will happen sooner. They'll be deeper. They'll be more sophisticated because we'll have data earlier as to who's already has already participated and cast their ballot. So I'm excited about what this means because ultimately, I want everybody to vote. Democrats are not afraid of people voting. Republicans, on the other hand, their strategy is not to turn out more voters, it's to turn away voters. But we want everyone to be part of the democratic process because we believe in that democracy.
But they've actually said, I mean, there have been Republicans, before the late Speaker of the House in Georgia, the leader in Pennsylvania, they are on record as saying, if people have access to the ballot, we lose. Right. I mean, that's crazy.
And so rather than have a better argument, they want to cheat us out of the process, so it's not acceptable.
All right then. Well, look, we appreciate it, and so I'm gonna grab your wife. She's over there busy getting everybody straight. She got the sheets and tell them, all right, call. So folks, they bring in their laptops. They got and here's the deal, y'all. They didn't bring in phone lines. Folks are on their cell phones. They're calling folk direct. See, that's why, because my phone is rung from different states. I'm like, who the hell is calling me from? I'm
what it
like,
is.
who is calling me from Utah about voting? And they call my text. I'm like, yeah, I'm good. I've already voted.
I love it.
I appreciate it, brother.
Look, thank you for being here, for making sure you're telling that story in Michigan. It matters.
I appreciate it.
Our victory.
I appreciate it. All right, thanks a bunch.
Appreciate it, brother.
All right, then. So again, folks, these things have been happening just all over, and so it is absolutely great. And so as you see, Maryland Governor Wes Moore, he is here. He's sitting, he's chatting with folks, and again, they're sitting there. They got their phone list. They're making these phone calls, and so they're calling this a phone bank GOTV party. And so we got desserts over here. Then we got the DJ over here. And so then in a little bit, Maya Harris, who is the sister of Vice President Kamala Harris, she's going to be here as well. And Governor Wes Moore is going to be addressing the folks here. And so we're going to be live. And so in a second, I'm going to grab Ellen Gilchrist, who is the wife of the Lieutenant Governor Garland Gilchrist. She is the second lady here in the state of Michigan. They're very similar to the VP. Here they've got you got a first gentleman and a second lady, and so we'll be chatting with her as well. And so again, folks, this is the final weekend of early voting all across the country, where early voting actually is allowed, and so you don't have early voting everywhere. You don't have early voting everywhere, and so what we are seeing, we're seeing a massive turnout all across the country. We're seeing these things happen. We're seeing, of course, in Georgia, the vice president is there, having a rally there, having a big concert. Folks are turning out in big numbers. More than 1 million African Americans have already voted in Georgia. And so the numbers are coming in. We're seeing what's happening in Pennsylvania there as well. North Carolina, I got off the phone there earlier with the state director for the Harris campaign, talking about what they're doing there, the pressure that they are applying to Donald Trump. And here's Matthew Dow put a tweet out that was very interesting, and this is what he said. He said, the Trump campaign is concerned when of his final 10 stops before Election Day, 4 of them are going to be in North Carolina. He says that's what happens. That's what happens when you put pressure on them. And so our folks need to vote as well. So program's about to start, so let's get that started. Move this light back. We'll put that on West.
Thanks, honey. Good evening, everybody. Good evening. My name is Ellen Gilchrist. Welcome to our home. I'm married to Garland Gilchrist, our Lieutenant Governor. We're really happy to have you here tonight. This is not something we normally do, but look what we did. So we got a call, said, are you willing to host something? And we said, if this is what we need to do to get us over the finish line, then sure. And so here we are, 70-something people RSVP later to make a difference. And that is a really powerful thing. So I don't know what I'm supposed to do besides introduce Garland. So I'm going to do that next. But I will say that we're really honored to have each of you, old friends and new friends, joining us today. This is beyond charge. And at the end of all of this, we all want to be able to say we did everything we can. And so I think what everybody here is doing is doing everything. And I know we've been doing what we can, so we're tired. But if you are a runner, this is like those last 5 miles of the marathon. Because this is a mental challenge. And so for the next 3 days, we're going to call you more people, we're going to knock a few more doors, we're going to first and only love.
Y'all see why I married her 15 years ago? Thank you, baby. Y'all, we gonna win. And we will win off the strength of this movement that you have built, that black women have been a part of. So it's only right that black women that carries this across the finish line in Michigan. I'm so proud to be your lieutenant governor here in Michigan, serving alongside Gretchen Whitmer. And we know something about the power of your power and how it makes a difference in elections. Because you sent us back to Lansing twice, and in 2022 you sent us with a Democratic trifecta. And we've been able to get right to work. Ending right to work, making sure that every kid had free breakfast and free lunch at school, making sure that we have record education funding, making sure that we have access to health care, making sure that we protect and expand reproductive freedom. We have gotten to work. People in Michigan know that democratic governance is worth voting for. And the people in Michigan, like you, who are telling that story to the voters who you are on the phone with right now, the people you knocked on doors to already, y'all telling your story is what's going to help motivate them to make sure they make a plan to vote for Kamala Harris and Tim Walz. So thank you so much for that energy you have already shown. And is anybody here volunteering for the first time? So look, thank you all for but I want to shout out my repeat volunteers because y'all know how important this is that you can't leave nobody out. And so you're making sure that we finish this job. So thank you for continuing to do that work. Now, Ellen and I are so proud to host all of you. And we are proud that we get to have some special guests come and say hello to you because for as motivating as Ellen and I are, we know that sometimes y'all need a little bit extra. And I am so thrilled to welcome into our home, into our city, into our state of Michigan, an amazing history-making public servant who is as conscientious as he is hardworking, who has not only knocked down barriers in Maryland, but in America, who has created a pathway for economic justice for people in his state in a way that other states are looking to model. And that is my good friend, my mentor, the governor of the state of Maryland, and the third black man ever to be elected governor in any state in the country. Please welcome Wes Moore.
What's going on, y'all? How you doing? This is so beautiful. First, can we please give it up for our amazing LG, Lieutenant Governor Gilchrist and Ellen, and the entire family. God bless y'all, man. This place is beautiful, by the way. I like this. I gotta tell you, I am so impressed by him. I'm impressed by your leadership. I'm impressed by your integrity. I'm impressed by your brilliance, and I'm impressed by your voice. And I'm just saying, I know we have work to do for the next 2 days in the wake up. But I do want to be clear. It is true that right now, I'm the only black governor in this country.
Wow.
I want to be clear. I do not want to hold on to that title for very long.
Right.
And we know we got work to do in this election, but we got future elections that we got work to do to make sure that we continue pushing this country forward.
Yeah.
So again, bless you, LG, and thank you for all the work you continue to do, man. Thank you. And this is so beautiful because, listen, do you know what's going on right now? I'm literally looking at people who come from all over the country to phone bank, who come from all over the country to door knock, who come from all over the country to make sure that we're planting signs, to make sure we're getting voters to the poll. Something's happening, y'all.
Yes.
A movement.
Yep.
A movement is happening right now. And we're not seeing that on the other side. We're seeing right here a movement that is joyous and a movement that understands that if our country is going to succeed, it means we must be a country where everybody is seen.
Yes.
Where everybody has a place at the table. And I'm telling you right now, in the vice president, we got the one. We got the one who will ensure that we can actually have a healthcare system where we can have accessible and affordable healthcare for everyone inside this country and not just some people. That we can actually have a healthcare system that understands and respects reproductive privacy and reproductive health and decisions that should be made between a woman and her doctor and nobody else. That we have a person who will be the next president of the United States who understands that we can have an education system that's teaching our young people how not just to be employees, but how to be employers. That we can have real pathways to work and wages and wealth, giving us the ability to own more than we owe, and ability to pass something off to our children besides debt. An ability to say we are going to support our small businesses and our entrepreneurs. We're going to make sure that we're raising the minimum wage and respecting people's work and stop disincentivizing work. And yes, we can make sure that our communities are safe and get these illegal guns out of our neighborhoods and out of our communities. But most importantly, we're about to have a president who sees us and whose values we believe in, and a person who's up for a word. And I can tell you right now, I'm here telling from firsthand experience that this is a woman who, if she says it, she means it. And I know I saw it back on March 26th, when I was woken at 2:02 in the morning. And I was told that a ship the size of 3 football fields had slammed into the Key Bridge of Baltimore. And immediately, we had to get mobilized and realize that we were just hours away from my state waking up and realizing that around 13% of our state's economy was now shut down. Hours away from my state waking up and realizing that we now have thousands of workers who work for the Port of Baltimore every single day who are about to wake up and realize they no longer had a job. Hours away from my state waking up and realizing that 6 workers who were fixing potholes in the middle of the night while we slept were now missing. And as we're mobilizing and as we have nothing but chaos that's surrounding us and having to make quick decisions and trying to figure out what exactly can we do to bring a sense of calm to the people of my state, I remember one of the early phone calls I got simply started with 3 words. Gov, it's Kamala. And she said, I know you spoke to the president, but I want to let you know we will be with you every step of the way, and I'm here to report that she has done that and more. This is a woman who's about her business. And this is a woman who's about our business. She's here for us. She fights for us. She fights to make sure that we can preserve the best interests for not just ourselves, but also for our families, for our neighborhoods, for our communities. She's a person who never forgot who sent her to this office. And she's a person who understands that she defines success based on how we're doing, not based on how she's doing. We have a powerful moment, y'all. We have a powerful moment where we can lead this country into a new and a beautiful place. We have a powerful moment where we can make history, and not just making history for her, but making history about what this country can actually accomplish when we work together. She's unique. She's powerful. She's special. And she is going to be the next president of the United States. But I'm very clear, that will not happen just because. Do you know why it's going to happen? All of this. The people who are here on a Saturday night, and a beautiful Saturday night too, by the way, and who are here phone banking, who are here doing the work, who here who understand that in our society, nothing is given, everything is earned. And we're going to go out here and earn it. And so we got 2 days in the wake up, y'all. 2 days in the wake up to give it everything we got. 2 days in the wake up to make sure that our contact list is exhausted. 2 days in the wake up to make sure that we have knocked on every door. 2 days in the wake up to come November 6th, I'm telling you, I plan to be out of a voice. So when I'm screaming, y'all might barely be able to hear me, but we're going to be screaming joy. Because we are going to win this game. And we are going to produce a victory that those who came before us hoped for. And we are going to produce a victory that those who come after us that they deserve. Because people, when they look at this moment, they are going to look at each and every one of us and say, they understood the assignments. And so I'm so grateful to be with y'all in this work. I'm so grateful to be back in Michigan. LG, I feel like I'm going to be a resident here as much time we spend out here. But the thing I can't wait for, I cannot wait for when the results come back. And Donald Trump's going to be like, Michigan was the one that beat me. Y'all gonna make it happen. This election runs through Michigan, and you all will be the one to decide that Kamala Harris will be the next president of the United States. So God bless y'all, thank y'all, and let's get to work, and let's go earn this thing.
So we're going to start listening to a little bit of music. We won't play it too loud. If you all want to continue to phone bank, we have a few more chairs coming. So we're going to just turn it into a party if you all are ready for that. I don't know what you say.
5 more phone calls, everybody.
5 more phone calls. Thank you all for coming. Thanks so much. Okay, when you finish with your call sheets, leave them up here on this gold side table. And for everybody else who's on the auto dialer, it's automatic, so you don't have to worry about it. So thank you so much.
So excited. Those phone calls. Making these phone calls.
Sorry, folks. In a second, I'm going to chat with Ellen Gilchrist about, of course, what they are doing here. So just give me a second. Grab Ellen. So, again, folks, we are here in Detroit. Coming down to the wire. So we'll be chatting again with a couple of folks here about. I'm also looking for another person here. So let me give Ellen the microphone here.
Our whole campaign headquarters will go.
All right.
Smiles right here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Thank you. She's going to freak out.
I love it.
I love
I'm gonna hand you your microphone right here. So just step right on over. So, well, it's a little bright. Of course, they were ready to kick the port off. You like, no, 5 more minutes. Phone calls.
Yes.
You like, get the work done.
Absolutely. Every call matters.
Absolutely. Talk about this and how long it's been going on, and the fact that people are saying, hey, I'm volunteering my time to make this happen. And just what that means.
I think everybody wants to serve and wants to help, and we have to create opportunities for people to be able to do it. And so I saw this as an opportunity to meet people where they are and say, come, let's serve together. It was really important to me that we had phone banking here tonight as part of this, because we need to do more than just gather. We need to put the work in.
Right. Well, and also, there's so many people want to focus on digital, sending text messages, but it's different when you're having a direct contact with somebody.
Absolutely. You hear the passion in their voice. You see people are taking their time. You know there's a person on the other end of the phone. And when you know there's a person who's willing to give up their time to support a candidate, you know that they feel deeply about that person. And that could be the difference maker.
And what I love, of course, listen, my parents have been involved in campaigns for a long time. They both said, my mom was 77 this month, my dad turned 77 in April. But the demographics, the different age groups as well. So it's not just older folks, it's everybody saying, hey, I got a role to play.
That was important to me. I reached out to some of our younger friends to say, you're in your 20s, you have a role to play here. And like I said, everybody wants to help. They need to feel like there's a place for them. And there's a place for everyone. We just need to scoot over a little bit, make more room at the table. So that's what this is about.
All right. Well, we certainly appreciate it.
Thanks.
Thanks for having us here.
Thanks for coming.
All right. Thanks a bunch. All right, then. So, again, folks, we are, come on. All right, come on. Yeah, we're live. Don't worry about it. I got you. Don't worry about it. I own it. I ain't got it. There you go. That's fine. So, again, folks, and so. So again, folks, and so here's the deal. This, of course, for a lot of places, like I said, is the final weekend to early vote. Election day is on Tuesday. So let me explain to you what's happening tomorrow. I'm going to be hitting 3 church services tomorrow here in Detroit, beginning at 9. So I'm hitting one at 9, 10, and 11. Then there are a couple of other events that are happening. The Lieutenant Governor Gilchrist is going to be with Megatron Calvin Johnson at the event. Also, the Alphas are having an event at the Alpha House. And then we're then going to be heading down to Michigan State, East Lansing. Vice President having a rally there. And so we're supposed to be here in Detroit on Monday, but I might be in Philadelphia because the campaign may shift me there, or they might shift me to Georgia. So we'll see, but that's why we can always just change our flights any given time. And so we certainly look forward to giving y'all more coverage of what's happening. And so, again, just stay tuned to the Black Star Network, our YouTube channel. Hit your notifications so when we go live, you immediately know what's going on. Then follow us on social media as well. And so, really all over Detroit and in the outer area over the next 24 hours. And then, of course, we'll be on the road again on Monday before we head back to Washington, D.C. on Tuesday for our live coverage. We're going to be live from 7 p.m. to 2 a.m., possibly later, on election night. I've got more than 30 analysts who are going to be with us in studio. Looking forward to fantastic conversation on the night as we break down election results. They'll be coming in. I'm also going to have a crew out at Howard University where the Vice President is going to be holding her campaign watch there. So we're going to be at Howard University in our Black Star Network studios. And so y'all be sure to stay tuned to all of that. So until tomorrow, I'll see y'all then here from Michigan as we get ready for Election Day on Tuesday. I'll see y'all then. Oh, you want to?